We're going to do the basic maintenance and cleaning of the loose graphite and aluminum reels on this episode of Fishing with Gramps. What's up everybody and welcome to the channel. Yeah, it's wintertime, cold out, not much else to do. But that doesn't mean we just throw our stuff in the corner and let it sit till springtime. At the end of every fishing season, and probably a few times during, we should take a moment or two to stop and do basic maintenance on our rods and reels. In this video, I'm going to demonstrate how I clean, oil, and grease each of my baitcasting reels. I have graphite frame reels such as this Mach 2, and I have aluminum frame reels such as this Pro TI. Both great reels, each a little different inside. So we'll open them up and I'll go over how I clean each one of these. Alright, here is my loose Mach 2. This is the 2020 version. As you can see, it's pretty dirty. It got dipped into the water quite a few times while kayak fishing, trying to land fish, switch hands. Reach over with one hand to land a fish, don't maintain control of the rod, the reel ends up in the water. So that could eat away at the grease and the oil in this reel. But still a good reel. Just needs to be cleaned. So we're going to do a basic cleaning, oil and lube, get it ready for spring. First I'm just going to grab a wet nap and start wiping everything down. They do make products like Reel Clean, which I haven't ordered yet, that you can spray on and kind of break this stuff up, but realistically I'm just trying to get the majority of the gunk off for now. Okay, we'll go ahead and slide this slide plate off. Just drop the button, pull this spool out. Okay, we'll set that off to the side. Just wipe down the inside of the side plate here. Grab our loose Super Duty reel oil and just drop a line around the bearing on the inside. Clean our spool pretty good. Take our oil and drop our line around the bearing here, like so. Take our spool and pop it back in. Grab our side plate, pop it back on, lift up on the latch. Got him nice and closed. Then we'll take our tensioner knob off. Take our reel oil and drop a line around the bearing, and then we'll put one drop on the top of that tensioner knob, because what this is right here is the end of that shaft in our spool. So we'll go ahead and take our tensioner knob, thread it on gently, being sure not to cross thread. Alright, then we'll come around to our worm drive, which is this right over here. We'll just rub it, turn it a bit, rub it, turn it a bit, go over to the other side, rub it, get that gunk out of there, rub it. Get back to the other side. Alright, once I get done cleaning that worm drive, I'm going to take and put 2 drops on this side. Just dab it on, and then I'm going to move that over to the right, and then I'll put 2 drops on this side, and then I'll just run it back and forth. Alright, and then I'm going to take a little bit and put it on this crossbar. Run that back over to the other side. Put a little bit on this side. And we'll just run it back and forth. That spins a little better. Oh yeah. Alright, last step. We're going to turn the reel over. And we're going to get a Phillips head. And we're going to open up this lube port over here. Don't lose your screw. Open up the lube door. And this is where we grab our grease. And take note, this is the Lew's Super Duty casting reel grease. They also make spinning reel grease. So grease goes on gears, oil goes on bearings. Since this is basic maintenance and cleaning, we're not going to break the reel all the way open. So you can see the gear right here. We're just going to take and put grease on about a quarter of this gear. We'll turn it about a quarter of the way around, then we'll close it up and then spin it. So now that we've got the grease in there, we'll put our panel back on. And our screw back in. There we go. And we'll just take it. We'll just work that grease all the way into those gears. Alright, that's our basic cleaning, oiling, and greasing of the Lew's Mach 2 bait casting reel, which is a graphite reel. Next, we'll move to one of the aluminum frame reels. This one being the Lew's Pro TI. A little bit of difference. Still the same basic concepts, but there is a little bit of difference. Cleaning methods are pretty simple, but there are a few differences inside mechanically. So let's go ahead and get started. Go ahead and just take our wet nap again. Wipe the complete body down. Outside, getting all the grime and gunk off. Trying not to bang the camera. Back it out a little bit. This is Lew's high-end model reel. I have various reels. Some for tournaments, some for bank fishing. I don't like carrying my higher end reels out bank fishing because you walk along a river or creek, muddy, slip sliding away. Next thing you know, your good stuff is in the drink. Now, if you're doing advanced cleaning of a reel like this, you could take these sides off and get into all the different mechanics. I don't go that far on bait casting reels. There's far too many pieces, components, parts that I am just not willing to mess with. I'm going to link in the description below the service of a guy that Gene Jensen, the Fluke Master, recommends, and he does them for like 20 bucks. When you're dealing with a reel like this, I'm not going to get into the internal components. I will let professionals take care of stuff like that. Alright, now that we got the basic cleaning done, we'll go ahead and take the side plate off. Where you'll see a difference between the Pro TI and the Mach 2 right away as we pull this off. But you'll see the set of brakes on the inside here, and then the discs of brakes are affected by here. So we'll go ahead and set this down out of the way. Go ahead and slide this spool out and set it off to the side. Set our reel back up out of the way. Go ahead and grab a Q-tip and wipe this off. Dust around that bearing a little bit. Grab our reel oil. Put a line around the bearing. I'm going to put one drop here. And run that around. Set that back off to the side. Come back and grab our spool. Probably not a bad idea to take a piece of electrical tape and hold your line down, but whatever. And then we'll go ahead and run a line of oil around the bearing. Alright, we'll take that, set it off to the side, come back to our reel, and clean this worm guide. Run it over a few times, give it a little turn, a few times, give it a little turn. Just getting the gunk and junk out of there. Once we get that pretty much cleaned up, we're going to take a couple drops on this side. We'll go ahead and hit this crossbar, run the line guide to the other side, a couple of drops on this side. We'll take our tensioner knob, oops, gotta move our star drag out of the way. There we go. Put one little drop on the top of that. Bearing right there. I'm just going to give it a line around the bearing. You don't want to tighten this down because when you put the spool back in, you don't want it to be too tight. You tighten it down after, but you're going to do just enough here to get it started so that it's gripping. Alright, take our spool, drop it back in. Alright, spool's in, grab our side plate, line it back up. There we go. Alright. Alright. Piece of tape still on there, but that's okay. Tension knob. Alright, one last thing to do. Turn it back over. Grab our handy dandy screwdriver. Grease access port. We want to oil the bearings and grease the gears. Okay, take the screw out. Alright. There's our access door. Again, we're going to grab the loose casting reel grease. We're just going to drop a drop, turn a little, and turn the handle a little until we grease about a quarter of this gear. Put the access panel door back on and screw it back in. And we'll just let the grease work in, back and forth. Alright, that's the basic cleaning, oiling, and greasing of the Lew's Pro TI. Now this method will work with most of your high-end Lew's reels, your Custom Pros, your Hypermags, and of course the Pro TI. When you're looking at your Graphite models of the Lew's reels, your Mach 2s, your Crushes, your Mach Smash, those reels, that's where this cleaning method applies. It's just that easy and doesn't take that much time or effort. But basic maintenance like this will help your equipment last a lot longer. You spent the money on it, you may as well take care of it and get the most out of it that you can. Now you'll find a lot of other videos out there on YouTube where they completely break down these reels. I don't do that. I stick to basic routine and maintenance. If my reels get to the point where they need actual service, I will either send it off to Lew's or I will use a service recommended by Gene Jensen, the Fluke Master, which I'll link down in the description below. If you have any questions, comments, thoughts, or video ideas, drop them down below. I love the feedback and want to continue to build this community. If you like videos like this, be sure to hit that like button. It goes a long way in helping YouTube promote content like this to other new anglers out there. As always, go outside and help someone make a memory. They last a lifetime.